Hello again to everyone who is watching this video. I'm happy you landed on this channel because you might get inspired of the different stories of the people I talk with. And this podcast is about having a conversations with different professionals that are highly influential individuals, and they promote self-improvement and personal growth. And they're also willing to inspire other people with their life stories, with their professions and things what they do in their lives. And OneMindZone is actually the platform that is also promoting these kind of topics about finding the body and mind balance, about eating more healthier food and more learning to be the more relaxed and calm person. So if you still don't know about OneMindZone, you have a look to the website and get to know more news about these things. And today is actually finally the episode 11 of the Inspirational Conversations. And it's actually very interesting for me to see that I didn't even expect that it's going to continue that way. And now is episode 11, and I'm really happy. And already spoke about with many different people about various topics. And it's today's topic is actually one of those topics that I wanted to speak about since the beginning I started this series. And it's about astrology and the tarot cards. As since a while, and I've been interested in also tarot cards in the astrology. And so today I'm going to speak about the benefits of astrology and tarot cards as an alternative therapy. And my guest today is David Jornet. He's from Paris. And David has been in the world of the planets and astrology since he was 18. And 5 years ago, he started to go deeper in astrology and tarot cards, and he uses these tools as a therapy to help other people to find their way in their lives. And he does astral charts, tarot readings for people in person in Paris or online. And apart from astrology, a big part of his life has been devoted to music as well. I know him personally, actually from the beginning as a musician.
All right.
And besides many of those different projects he has been also pretty much devoted to creating cosmic and ambient music that fulfills and accompanies his astral and spiritual world. So, and there is way more other things to say about you, David. Nice to see you here.
Hi, how are you?
Really
it's
good.
Nice to be here as well. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for inviting me.
I have always been interested in astrology, and when I was younger, or when I was a kid, I would immediately like flip to the last page of the newspaper, and or some teenager magazines to check my horoscope, and this was kind of like parents were having the newspaper. I was always checking in the back what the stars are saying,
It's what people start to do, I think, with astrology.
Exactly. And what I really liked, and through the years, I mean, this became like kind of like a habit, like almost not daily, but sometimes once a week in a while, always checking the different websites. And I was always like, I loved it to see this traits of the zodiac signs in a person's character as well, and every time I was meeting someone who I really liked the energy, I was always asking, what is your star sign? And though I'm still doing it. And I don't know, this probably comes from my mother, who was always also knew the characteristics all of the zodiac signs. So I've been always into that. But lately you did to me like the astro profile reading. And I think that moment was when I understood that actually I don't know so many things about this.
it's deep. It's quite deep. Yeah.
Yes. So please tell me, what exactly is astrology? And because we are familiar with the horoscopes that appears in a newspapers or magazines, but what, in your words, is exactly astrology?
Well, I think it's quite complicated to define, if you want, in just in few words, what is astrology, because it's quite a complex thing. If you said before, starting with horoscopes, I have to be like something like make a difference between which are horoscopes and which is astrology in general. Okay.
Yeah.
People understand, and then you see the magazine and you see, okay, Virgo is going to be like this today. You're going to be like, okay, you're going to have a good day, a bad day.
Yeah.
I started this way as well. I mean, I was curious to know about common traits in people, but to me, astrology is not just this. I mean, we talk about people about, it's true that everything that you can read in a magazine is not true. I mean, it's not just to fulfill, newspapers and, but you go deeper into astrology, when you understand what is astrology, at least for me, and to me, it's just is a way to understand the world. A way to understand the world means, I mean, sorry, there's a cat, which is my cat here. You hear it? So the black one.
So cute.
I get two, so this is the black one, and it's gonna be here, like I guess, just with us. He heard about astrology, and the black cat came. It's not by accident. It comes like that. Well, anyway. What I meant is, for me, is like, as I was saying, a way to understand the world. So, because I thought the world has nothing to do with what would you have learned all along your life. I don't know. When I was younger, I thought that the world is something else. The life is something else. We are here for something, like kind of accomplish a mission.
Yeah.
And this is why I wasn't always interested in, or more curious about, what's behind all the things explained to you.
Yeah.
So it's something else. And it's true that when you talk about the moon, for example, and the tides and this kind of thing, it influences us, of course. I mean, even to people and to animals mostly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So why not having a kind of broad idea of this, I don't know, how the planets affect to your life, and try to understand more about them, or I mean, through them, about your life and about others' life. So that's just kind of my approach to astrology.
And how did you got your interest in astrology?
Well, I was, as you said, since I was young. I mean, but maybe
was it a specific moment that when you were like, this is the thing I want to do?
Yeah. I was like 18, 19, 20, something like that. I could just, you're young, you can do whatever. I mean, you feel like a powerful, and you go out and drink and whatever you want to. But I wasn't really happy in a way. So something happened to me that made me be more, or I don't know, aware of other things, or go further, and find other ways to go. So I finally came to one person who kind of helped me, just explaining me what's life, and this is how it was. And he told me about the lines of life to live, and you have parallel lives to live, if you like to, not the one they tell you to.
Yeah.
So, I think I'm a curious person, and I went forward with that.
And what do you think is the most powerful thing about astrology?
I think astrology, it's it's like really old. I don't know. I don't want to call it science. For me, it's an art. It's a science, if you like, but it's an art as well. And it's maybe older than astronomy.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's kind of astrology made me, I don't know, go deeper to understand many things. Okay. And mostly they helped me to go deep into understand the people who lives in this world, and I knew it already that when I went deeper into astrology, I would learn many things about the world I was living around, the people I lived with me around. So I went through, and from my 20s maybe, I tried to learn to read. All the people who came to me was kind of the people who were convenient at the time.
Yeah.
So it's like something, a way that is making itself automatically.
Yeah.
And finally you are there, you say, okay, I maybe have to, I don't know, take this way and study more and, I don't know, learn more about that.
Yeah.
And this is how I started. And then I became like something, it became something like, so I was a passionate, really, I got this passion for this kind of, I like to call it the unseen world, the world you get, the world of the invisible.
Yeah.
We kind of attached in this world that they tell you how to, what you have is what you need, and that's okay. I need more things, and maybe I can't see. So, oh, ¿qué pasa? ¿Qué? What's up? Yes, I'm sorry, but it came like that.
It's a part. It's a part of the podcast.
¿Vas usted o no? ¿Vas usted? No. Okay, it's gonna be like meow. So well, I was I was always interested, and it made me grow up a little bit, and until now that it's kind of a tool for me, a tool because I use it as a therapy. Yeah, as you were saying, to try to humbly, help people to find the way. The same. The way is not the same than mine, but at least have learn people that you are more than you are told to be. Understand what you mean? What I mean? So, well, this is kind of broadly what I use the astrology for.
Because I also, when we did last time the astrology profile of minds, and actually I can clearly see that there was the main, one of the really strongest parts of that is helping to find the way, or helping another person to find the way. And because this is how I also felt in the same way. So I
mean, there was I mean, you experienced yourself the other day. This is the way I like to approach as well astrology. I don't want I don't know how to say that, but it's not a kind of to guess. I don't use astrology in a way to guess what your future, your fortune, which you can do as well.
But you can also say some details.
You can also, but not everything. I mean, I want to live life as it comes, and I don't want to be influenced by anything. It's like tarot cards, but we're going to talk about this later if you want. But you didn't have to be influenced by that. But it's like a guide for me, in order to know that I'm in the way I want to be. Yeah. And when I say that when I use it as a therapy, is because it's something that it's more and more helpful, and mostly in this kind of world we're living right now. Yeah. So this world therapy for me becomes more real. You know what I mean? Indeed.
And sometimes, all of this astrology and the horoscopes and has this, for some people, the reputation of a bit like not serious and stuff. Yeah. Exactly. How do you respond to that?
I think even the impression of people about this has changed in the last years. I agree with you. When you're younger, when we're younger, like, okay, this is the thing, the horoscope in your magazines. Yeah. I mean, it's like a silly thing to talk about the Geminis. They're all the same, the Virgo all the same, the Aries are all the same. Of course, it's not true. I mean, the day you were born, you live with a specific drawing of the planets up there. Yeah. And this is what influences you in this life you're living. Yeah. So when you think about astrology, you think about life, about death, about reincarnation, for example. So to me, it's a whole and it's a big thing. So what people keeps in just in their minds is just the traits, you know, the character of what magazines I used to say about every sign of horoscope. It has nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
So what I learned more and more when I went deeper into astrology, it is so profound, so powerful to understand much better human's nature that I could imagine at the beginning. So this is what made more and more interesting to keep on going.
Yeah.
And we have to leave again apart the idea of the horoscopes. Okay.
Yeah.
So, but you know, in a way as well, our society has been found. How can I say that? We are born. We are kind of, you know, we have a format of a human person that has to follow just the way everyone's follow. And this is the wrong thing, I guess.
Yeah.
And this is why I'm doing this right now. And more people realize about, you know, that it's everything is changing. This world we're living now made us change in the mind, made us change in the actions we just do. And I don't know, I'm quite a positive, yeah, always. But I think people change also the way they can look to astrology or even to horoscope right now. So which is a help for me as well. Something that
of course.
a benefit in a way, you know.
Yeah.
And I guess it's going to be like that for the next future. I guess so.
It's like, you know, I can also about this, I can also relate that also people, half of my life have been also in doing yoga, meditating, and being all the time into spiritual things. And so many years people were like laughing or just saying, doing jokes about this. Oh, it's like this. Oh, you're just Shanti, you're just spiritual. Yeah. Like, you know, and lately, since a couple of years, when this all just blasted, boomed, because now everyone wants to do yoga. Now everyone wants to do meditation. All of the channels are speaking about that, you know. And it's like now I'm like, now people starts waking up. So even this is not a joke anymore, you know.
At all. And some people, pretty much the square minds, you know, the rigid minds, they still say, do you do yoga because it's fashion?
That's as well, of course.
That's another thing which I heard a lot. Oh, you do yoga because it's like, or you do astrology. Oh, it's something that's on, you know, on the net, Instagram, split. You know, say yes. You just have to say yes. Okay, this is the way. I mean, the good thing about human nature is that we're all different. Exactly. And then it comes to tolerance. If you can accept or not the person, you know, thinks the same thing than you, which is this is impossible. So. You have to be humble, and everyone has to take his own way to live life the best he can, you know.
Of course.
For me, life is not just this daily routine we have, every one of us, but it's an experience. It's an adventure.
Yeah.
And I want to be really aware of the adventure I have to do in my life, because it's just mine. You have your life, and you do your adventure.
Exactly.
And this is something that you can see and you can teach if you want through astrology. This is why I was saying before about, well, we kind of humbly lead people or guide people to find their way in their lives. Yeah.
So how can we use then astrology to live a better and more balanced life?
Well, that's a good question. If I knew that, I would just have the answer right now. No. Well, it's just keep a try. I mean, just or have a try of that. You know, it's like if you ever saw this as something like I say a fake, don't go this way, because you still continue thinking like that.
Yeah.
If you think something is something that you have no answers to your real life because you've tried many things, you still find like, well, I don't know what to do with my life, for example. I don't know where I am, who I am. why don't you try astrology, for example?
Yeah.
When I say astrology, say tarot, for example, or other,
Mm.
alternatives to therapies, because it's a therapy as well. This
Mm.
is the way I take it. How can we recommend people to do that? Is on the minds to see that, And but again, I think, and we live in big cities, the more and more people are conscious, are aware of that, and because the world is kind of collapsing in a way, they try to find other ways to understand things. So why not astrology is like an outsider which is giving like their chance already.
Yeah, one of the ways.
It's one of the ways. Then I don't know, I learn astrology, I go deeper and deeper into tarot as well. But it's my way. For example, you were talking about, give you a quick example. You told at the beginning, the introduction, that your channel is about how to feed, how to eat better, about feed, about, next year, we have a very, very interesting axis, is Taurus Scorpio for 18 months. And, it talks about how we have to feed. So it's kind of related to what you were talking before. I mean, astrology has a wide range of options, and it's useful for that. It's useful that maybe from next year we have to be very, very careful the way we eat.
Yeah.
And we have to, and the way we take even food, or we grow food, be more connected to soil, to the earth in general. Astrology can tell you that as well.
Yeah.
So you can find both sides. You can go deeper into your person. You can go deeper into the world that surrounds this person. And when you discover that, and you're like, oh wow, you say, wow, that's really useful. When people comes to other colleagues, and they do that, and mostly they kind of, wow, I didn't think that it was like that, but it is.
Totally.
Because they put in your mind that other things, which is not the things you cannot touch.
Yeah.
The things you cannot seize, that they don't exist, and it's not true. There's two worlds. Then we're going to talk about that. Or more, yeah, of course. I was just talking about material, the material and the spiritual world, but in between there's many, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
I was saying in the beginning that, me, myself, and I know that also many other people, I stopped doing it, but not before. I was checking on the internet, adding my details and trying to find, what the stars are saying for maybe for this year or for so on, So what should actually people look out for when they are searching in internet for a quick solution for to see what the stars are saying?
There's many sites here in the internet.
But is it everything, all that what exists, is it actually useful, or is it just more?
We have to be careful, because I use 2 or 3. I live in France, as you explained before. I live in Paris, so here, I use Astrotem, which is a French site, which is quite interesting. There's more international Astrodienst as well. And I use Aureas, which is kind of something more professional, pretty much for themes and everything, for charts. There's so many. I think you have to find and try what is your convenience. And again, we were talking about astrology. It's been the year, this 2020, 2021, it's been the years of the fake news. We have more and more fake news,
Yeah.
We talk about the axis as well, Gemini, Sagittarius. This is more about that. So, well, was it useful to find in the internet the truth? Well, I don't know, but it's your truth.
Exactly.
Yeah. Is this right, what it says here? I don't know, but it's your opinion, and you're going to kind of form your opinion through the things you're trying to find yourself. So this is more, we were talking about this, I think this is more about it related to empowerment. We are owners of our own mind and body.
Yeah.
So let's go forward. I mean, there's nothing else.
Exactly.
What this last year learned, or we learned about the year, that we have to maybe not to believe everything. So same thing with the old kind of sites in the internet. Is everything good in of astrology in the internet? Well, not everything. You check it. You can see it. If it talks to you in a way, it's good. No.
So you think that the people should actually just search themselves and find what it fits them the
Completely.
most.
I can tell you many sites, many different sites here in the internet, which is pretty much professional and quite serious. But there's a lot of literature as well. You find to find a specific aspect of your life at that time. It's like, well, so for the same aspect, you're going to find many different answers. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have to be careful.
Yeah.
I think it's something like talks to you, gives something to you, so take it. Yeah.
Can you recommend some?
Yeah, I was always saying Astrotem. You can just maybe
I will write it down on the description.
Astrotem .fr, which is in French. Astrodins is more international. Aureas, it's quite interesting but it's more professional themes. These three are very good. But if you want like to focus in your chart, then other sites you can find, like there's a lot of magazines that they have their own horoscope or magazine, thing in the internet about this astrology, which I don't look much about that.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And let's switch now a bit to the tarot cards, because this is actually one of the most exciting topics.
Oh yeah, really?
Because I mean, I discovered the thing tarot cards. I wanted to show the same because I have the ones I have with me.
You have the ones yours here?
Yeah, because I have the ones I'm using. I'm using the ones since the beginning.
Really? Okay.
And they are super simple, and they're like, I love the artworks, and I love the whole descriptions and stuff, and I'm so in love with them that I have them since the beginning, and I love them.
You said something very interesting about you just said something very interesting about tarot. The tarot cards, something I learned is that it's not the kind of drawing you have or the picture or whatever, is what you feel with them.
Totally.
I mean, if you feel okay, even it's, I don't know, more simple than others you can find, which are more like in detail and everything, keep them and use it. As you use it more and more, you integrate these to you, and they become you, in fact. So
totally,
this is what I learned.
Because I have the ones from the beginning on, and I just keep on using them, because in between I got the another ones, which is like they're very beautiful one from the great artist. Illustration is super amazing, but I didn't have a feeling with them really much. I just like them to have. And then I got the present from my really good friend of the Aleister Crowley ones.
Oh, that's a good one.
And you know what? I still don't dare even to start, because I don't know from where to start.
Yeah, it's I knew somebody. I knew here in Paris there are two women which they kind of do tarot reading together. So it's like 4 hands and 2 voices talking at the same time, which is quite shocking. Yeah, very interesting. And they use it sometimes, and it's like, wow, it's powerful.
But it's very difficult, because the ones I have from the beginning, they're very simple, and it's like very just really basic, simple, and I like it. But the ones I was like, I have to learn.
Yeah. And in cards, there's so many things. I mean, tarot is maybe the most general thing everybody knows, but then we have I don't know how to say it, oraculos.
Yeah.
There's oracle in French.
Yeah.
A lot of people use this both, or just one or the other. And there's so many, the angels as well. There's so many, because it's everything is like astrology. You cannot touch the thing you are just explaining to anybody. It's symbolic. But if it talks to you something, it says to you something, you keep it, because it resonates. It goes with your thought, with your mind, it goes with your body. So integrate this because it's the truth. You were telling about the truth. The truth is what you feel, in fact, you know. So tarot is the same, but I would say it's more magical.
Yes, because when I got them, I also started reading about back then about what is about actually the tarot cards and what is the thing. And what it really fascinated me, that the whole story of that when they were started being used in ancient times, that this was the way to communicate with the gods, to ask the advice from the gods. And then
I see. Okay.
I was amazed of this explanation, you know. I was like, of course, because every time if you need an advice back then, that's how they were communicating, getting the answer.
In a way it's like that. Yeah, of course. I mean, and every card, again, it's something. I said it's more magical. You know, I think astrology is something more complex, and in this, in a way, is more deep. It's quite deep, astrology. You can go deeper, you know. Tarot is the same, but I use it as a complement. When I do an astral chart, I do a reading after with this energy, like 3 cards or something, to kind of have a synthesis, you know, of what we were talking. But it's the magic of the moment that talks.
Exactly.
You think about the card, you are with the card, so this is what you have. And the interpretation is quite symbolic, but yesterday I did something for a friend. He was thinking about something very specific, was so specific sometimes, like, wow, I couldn't imagine that I was thinking that, and they had this answer, you know. You can go very deep as well, but it's more like in the energy of the moment, to my point of view.
For how long and when did your relationship with the tarot begin?
It was a bit later than the astrology, but I always been interested in reading and things about tarot and the power of the cards and everything. And I was a long time, a few years ago, I was interested in the first, which is like the basis of Tarot de Marseille, from Marseille, you know, which is this one here.
So those you're using. This was my another question. Okay.
Yeah, this is the one I use because my teachers, in a way, they use this one as well. Okay, and I got the other one from Jodorowsky, right, which is this one here as well. It's the same, but more. Well, he has a model that he knew, and he used a very old model, and he wanted to be like imitate this model. But they say the most pure on the first one is this one. So I've been interested in, I got others as well, like the cinema, like the oracles, I don't know what, the shamans, I don't know what. I mean, there's so many, but I use this, okay? And I don't know, once I was like very more interested in astrology, and I understood that astrology, I mean, I can't say I understood 100% astrology. You learn every day, you know. It's impossible to have it, but you learn with people as well. Is this synergy? And tarot was something like I learned later, and I thought, wow, it's kind of the same thing, but it's not the same thing, you know. It's kind of, it gives you answers, but it's more about the moment you're doing that. So it's you have to have like this feedback of energy, and something happens. And this is what amazes me more, because I use it as I said, as a complement of an astral chart. But again, when you start, it's like something like, wow, pretty deep and quite vicious, you know. It's like, ooh, okay, you can see so many things with just one card.
So the Tarot of Marseille was the first tarot
it's like the first one. It's the first one I had, and then I tried to, you know, one of my not just me, a big teacher who lives in France, he's from Chile, is Alejandro Jodorowsky. And Jodorowsky is 40 years doing the readings of tarot and studying the tarot. A lot of people don't like the way he does, and I like it. It's quite poetical. It's quite magical. But I learned from other people as well, you know, from Bernard Dubois, from Arnaud Malherbe, which I'm doing right now a course with him as well. so the different aspects of seeing the same cards makes you know, what you finally use in your life for people. And Tarot de Marseille, I use it, Tarot de Marseille, because it's quite pure. I mean, the cards are, you know, the symbols are quite natural in a way. It's like something, it's like the basis of everything, you know, and from there you can just go and try another ones, of course. And as you say, for people who don't know, maybe Tarot is like a journey from the Magician, which is the first card, to the World, which is the last card. It's kind of the ascension from the earthy world to the spiritual world. Yeah.
True.
So from 1 to 21, we have another card which is kind of which is the Fool, which you can put it at the beginning.
I like
or at
the
end.
Fool so much.
I know that you like this card.
I like
know,
the Fool so much.
Yeah, it's more. Yeah. Me too.
It's super cool card.
It's quite related to freedom in a way, you know.
Yes.
And being a fool when the others, they tell you, no, this is not like that. You have to do it like that, as you say. Yeah, do whatever, you know. Exactly. So this card is like you can just put it beginning or the end of.
It doesn't have the number exactly. So no.
Exactly. So the Fool is like put it here. Well, we have two special cards here. One is what we call the Death, but it's not called the Death. But you're gonna find it, see it right now. This is the Fool, and this is the Death. You know, so this is what in French, well, the Tarot de Marseille is called le mat, which comes from Italian matto, okay, which is
true, okay,
yeah, and it has a name but has no number. And this is the person who goes with no address, with no house, you know, but he's doing his way, looking up to the skies like, I belong to there, you know, not to here. And this is the other card, as everybody knows, you know, which has a number 13, but has no name. So they call it the Arcana without name, or they call it like the Death, simply, you know, but it's the 13. So this is quite the specific things about it. And then we have 21 cards, as I said, represented by, I have to say, Tarot is not just it's composed by two different types of cards, what we call the major arcana, okay, and the minor arcana, okay. And I just use right now the 22 cards of the major arcana. But in total, we have 78 cards.
Yeah.
The minor arcana, is a lot. It talks about the colors. Okay, so it talks about what's about water, about the elements, in fact, you know, so the intelligence, the passion, the earth, and the emotivity, the emotional. So these are the 4 colors of the minor arcana. But I'm not use it. I'm pretty much focused in the big characters of the major arcana. Yeah.
So
you can just use with those
others if you really want to go detailed, I guess, no?
Yes, exactly. They give you more information. And of course, you can, but just with the major arcana, you have a whole thing of what you want to know, or yeah.
And tell me how to keep the deck of the cards being charged or healthy. Is there any care for the tarot cards? Because I always been use it a lot.
Use them a lot. I think use them a lot. No, you know, it's like I think like everything, when you're connected, you're kind of in the mood to do that. Everything goes along. You know, it's like, oh, okay, it's I don't know. I spent this weekend in the forest meditating, for example, with other people, and there was a time when we had to stop and do things like that. And that was the exact thing to do. Otherwise, you cannot just. I don't know. When I wake up in the morning, I just have a card for me, for example. You know?
You do it every day.
I do it every day, but there's nothing that has to influence my day. No, it's just a guide, because I know a little bit the cards. It's quite fun because since yesterday and today, I had the same card, which is the Battler. I'm starting an adventure. This is what it is meaning. But I do this for myself, so it's my kind of a ritual. But when you do with somebody, you have to be in this energy of the moment. So in a way, you have to be connected, and these people has to send this, has to be a feedback, a synergy. Otherwise, I don't think it works.
Of course.
Yeah, and this, I think for me, this is quite important. So this is not just, well, a lot of people says the cards and they play like playing cards like a joke. It's not a joke at all.
No. Yeah, you don't joke better with the spirits.
You better don't joke with these kind of things. I mean, and yeah, it's so powerful. It's really powerful. But for people, it's just pictures. And, oh, it's nice. It's curious to see that. But when you go deeper in people, and a lot of people have fear of that.
Well, because in a way they don't know how to use it, or they don't know what it's all about, no?
Or they know that they don't want to accept that they like that, or they accept what it's going to tell. Because otherwise it's the domain of the untouchable, So otherwise, anybody who you don't know tells you something about your life and it's true, you have fear.
Of course.
No? Yeah, so, but I think we kind of gaining more and more, be more confident about what this kind of world, and people ask more and more about, the way to go through the world.
Also, actually, lately I've seen more and more people who's actually using tarot cards for themselves. Like even from the people I know, I see like they're posting on the internet and stuff that they also use daily, and it's super cool because maybe some 5 years or 6 years ago was not that much.
No. Which means that I think the world is really changing to this direction. I don't mean everybody's going to find, buy tarot cards to do this every day, but to understand the world differently.
How has the reading tarot cards for yourself and for others changed your whole worldview?
Oh wow! I don't know if it changes the worldview, but changes a little bit. I don't know. It depends. There's different ways to do tarot readings. I do very simple, which is the hand, so the fingers of the hand, or 3 cards or 4 cards, depending on what people want to ask. And if you're quite precise, you can be really amazed. If you're in the energy, this is what I ask to people. For example, tell me what you want to know precisely. And people say, "Oh, I don't know. I don't know." And so when they don't know, I think the best. This is what I do. I do this hands reading, so which means every finger means something. This one is the energy of the moment. This is the way to go. This is your theme, the affection, so the relationships, and this is like an advice. So you keep the energy of this person, and you give like a global idea of what this person is feeling right now.
Yeah.
So there's different types of doing. Okay. So and you can see in people as well. But when I do the astral chart, I always do like 3 cards, which represents present or past, present, future, kind of that. And mostly I'll do always quite also interesting, which is I play with numbers. So numerology, okay, which I like a lot as well, from 1 to 9, and then until the 22nd card of the tarot, because every number means something. So yeah, yesterday it was fun. I give you an example, okay. I was doing something for a friend of a friend, and she asked me something, and she didn't know exactly. So I did the 5 cards, and the addition of the numbers of the 5 cards was a 5. And number 5 in numerology is like up and down. It's like a year between. It's like something between the 4 and 6. 4 is like working. 6 is like preparing to spiritual, and 5 is like I don't know where to go. I'm gonna have good things, and maybe gonna have like a collapse. Up and down. 5. And then she was quite curious because I think she liked it at the end. She's telling me, "Can we ask something more precise?" And I said, "Okay, well, let's
now we're speaking."
Yeah, now we're speaking. You're right. So we mixed again, and we put 3 cards on it. And was very precise. But you know, the cards, the addition counted 5 as well.
No way.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And she didn't believe. I said, this is the energy of you right now. It goes up and down. That's crazy.
Wow.
This is why it's so it has to be. But I did this after 1 hour talking about this person, or half an hour, I don't know, because we were in somebody's house, and so it was the perfect moment to do that. You cannot arrive and say, okay, let's do that. You know,
No, exactly.
You have to create this kind of energy.
Yeah.
So this is why I said astrology is more like the knowledge of something from which you can go through life of people, show people the way to follow, in very much detail, in quite complex, quite profound. And this is the same, but it's more about the energy you're living at that time, the time you're doing the cards. Yeah? This is why I use it as a complement after 1 hour or 1 hour and a half talking about your astral chart.
True.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite card?
I don't know. No.
That maybe you can identify with, or maybe you attracted the most with.
Right now, I don't know. My life is going through up and downs as well. So maybe right now it's like it represents a little bit what I mean. This card represents the changes you're gonna have. That they're gonna have often changes. Okay, suddenly you're gonna have, oh, what's that? You know. I don't. You know, there's cards that people don't like because they hear about this. One is the death. The other is this one here because it means changes.
But the death is actually a good card.
Yeah. This is why people, they have to know that this is, in fact, there's no good and bad cards. It's just the energy that you give to these cards to have a symbolic representation of what you're asking.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is what we're talking about, seeing the world differently. For example, take a break and try to see things different. I like very much this one here, for example, and I like the death. That I like because it means
really nice card.
It's regeneration. Yes. It means everything is going to start, and this as well, because it's the energy, the primary energy of something that you're going to start. So then you can. A lot of a few of my teachers, they told me you cannot associate cards with signs in the horoscope or in the zodiac. You cannot, but you can just kind of have an idea, So because this one here, for example, is the start of everything in the zodiac, in the horoscopes. Aries is the one that starts everything, the one that gives the first energy, something like that, Now, when you try to have this association as well, for people, sometimes it talks more, and helps as well. But it's not something that a lot of people, they can see me and they do tarot. They say, don't do that. Yeah, they write. Don't do that, because they're quite different things. But in a way, when you understand both worlds, you can kind of understand the other people, how they work or what they are.
True.
Yeah. You have a card you like as well? The card you like the most?
Well, I told you the last time that my favorite is the Empress. The Empress.
Crazy.
The Empress,
and you got it.
The Magician, and I got it. The Empress, the Magician, and the Fool.
Yeah, the Fool as well. Yeah, because it represents what you want to represent in life. Energy, use yourself. Energy, change, and freedom. Yeah, it's quite. But there's no bad and good card. I mean, a lot of people say, "Well, the world is the best card." Yeah, you're right. It's like achieving something, but then you got the world at the beginning of everything. It's such a big weight, a lot of responsibility. Yeah. So it depends on the position, of course, as well, what you're asking. So it's magical, I guess.
I love it. Yeah.
But this is what makes it more, I don't know, thrilling and interesting and everything, So yeah.
Indeed. And I mean, for the person, it works so much as the same way as astrology. It works also as a therapy as well, no?
Yeah, mostly.
Because if you're
Mhm.
confused and you want to get the tarot reading, you can get so many answers back.
Exactly. What the people don't know mostly, and when you show to people an astral chart, you know, the most important thing when you learn astrology is your sun, I mean your sign,
Yeah.
your moon, and your ascendant.
Mm.
Okay, because it talks about you yourself, about your ego, about what the ego against or face to the others,
Mm-hmm.
and your emotional life, which is the
Mm-hmm.
moon. So when you have these, people understand more or less. The sun is the conscious, or the conscience. The moon is the unconscious world,
Mm-hmm.
and the ascendant is how you show to the world. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But what people don't know is that in a astral chart you have something called the nodes,
Mm-hmm.
which is the mission in your life. And so you can guide people through this because it's such a complex thing, you know. You can teach people where they come from other lives, where they go, and what's the mission to accomplish.
Yeah.
So this is the way, mostly with the notes, in which I think astrology is something like a therapy.
Mm.
You can have a global idea of the person. She's talkative, she's, I don't know, she's shy, and she likes to, I don't know, he could be that this with the up there, we can talk about your professional career, for example. But I'm more interested in the adventure this person is going to have through your life here in the earth. Because I believe in reincarnation. I believe that we come from other lives, and when we die, we're going to continue this journey to other as a soul, and up to the other lives and be back again. But it's something you have to learn So this mission helps you to learn and grow in this karma ascension of your soul. This is what I try to explain to people, you know. This is just material.
Totally. Yeah.
What it's important, what you have in here. You have like a kind of a cage, and this cage lives with you for a few years, and then you escape the cage and go. And if you learn and you know the mission you have to accomplish, the next level is going to be much better, and it's going to be much better.
Exactly. And if you might not, you might get just trapped in this another cage and another cage and another cage in the same, same level. No?
And it's quite crazy when I see people. Sometimes it happens just in front of me, and sometimes I do charts and Zoom as well, like we do now. And you see the person skeptic, you know, okay, let's do that. Okay, and I see in his astral chart something which is kind of the global idea. This person it does not communicate at all with me at the time. I mean, it's like this is another person. So my task sometimes is to say, okay, but you've realized that you are this and this and this, and sometimes you cannot do anything. I mean, it's like, because it's his way, you know, it's his life at the end. So this is why I'm so, and it's quite thrilling at the same time, because you try to push these people
open
to
the real
realize
themselves, no?
Yeah, it's like, this is what you are, but what you're showing me is not what you are, in fact. And this is really interesting. At the same time, it's quite tough, huh?
Yeah.
Because sometimes you don't know where are the limits here, you know?
Yeah.
And sometimes the idea of this person is not very good at what you're.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's but this is the way we each of us decides to come to the earth and live, huh? It's like right now, I mean, with this lockdown we had, with this virus and everything, you know, they made us to have like an opinion, and they put it in one side or another. That's all, and that's not life. We have a range of truths, as we were saying before, but take your own one.
Exactly.
And respect the other. That's
the same, like as just have your own experience and do your own experience. Don't follow others and don't focus on others. Just focus on yourself.
But we are not used to that, you know. Nobody teach you that when you come here, you have to always lean on the external things. They come to you. We're gonna give everything for you.
Yeah.
No worries.
That's what
You don't
we
have to
used
worry
to.
about that.
Yeah, yeah.
Me too. Me
Fed.
too. Yeah,
We're
yeah,
used to
yeah.
being fed with everything. Yeah, yeah. Information and
Yeah.
whatever.
They're infantilized. It's kind of
Mm.
we're not kids. And right now, I think it's like the moment to realize that this is the what it's all about. I mean, let's make your choice. But
Mm.
making your choice means abandon what you don't believe more at all. You know, it's like, well, this was another world. This my world now is here.
Yeah.
You need to be brave.
As well. Yeah.
You need to be brave and do it. And it depends on the circumstances of every one of us. But well, it's up to you. I mean,
As well. Yeah.
well, there's nothing selfish. What I'm saying, it's just
Mm.
realizing
Mm.
that once we are good here, the group is going to be good.
Mm.
If we're good here, the group is going to be like chaos.
Yeah. Totally.
And nobody teach you that. So well, I understand, which is so through astrology, I like to kind of plant my seed. You know, there's a seed I give, or is another. A lot of people go to the doctor because it heals here. I mean, it hurts here. No, they can also go to have an advice about the life they can't see but they feel. This is more about feeling.
Well, you know, the doctors are very popular for that they give the very fast remedy for the pain or for whatever problem, but it doesn't really solve the problem. It just gives the remedy to kill the pain or any other stuff, you know. But I always say, also in my coaching with the people, I'm like, okay, if you want to fast, because usually they ask how fast it's gonna work, how fast it's gonna do. It's like, if you want a fast thing, go to the doctor. If you actually really want to work the problem with yourself, you have to be patient. Might be fast, might be long. You know?
This is why placebos work. Because you go to the doctor, whatever this is going to tell you, it works. You know? Because you have the right answer in this man. And I don't mean that this is a good man and it's helpful. Of course, I go as well. But try to find yourself first. What's the source of the problem? You. And then think about if you can go to external help and find something else. But we are how to say, we are kind of we have fear in a way. We are frightened, I would say, to fight against us. You know, we all live in this comfort zone for everything, and it's difficult to leave it.
Of course.
But sometimes life is pushing you to do that. Are you going to be brave enough to do that? This is your mission. Are you here to do that in this life? I don't know. Go to talk to astrologist and maybe he's going to tell you. So this is why I'm just go there in the middle and do my job. You know?
So for the new tarot readers, the people who is just now discovering tarot cards in the readings, what the final words of wisdom you would offer?
Well, thank you for the wisdom. I'm not a wise man, but
the wise man
tarot,
to be.
Everybody is wise in his way. No, for tarot readers, you mean?
Exactly, for the people who's just now starting with the tarot card reading.
They go for it. I mean, and mostly trust your intuition. Somebody told me, so a lot of people, which I know in my area, say, okay, you know the tarot, the reading, yeah. You're gonna teach me that? And I say, no, I don't know. I'm not a teacher, you know. I got teachers, so you can ask. I can give you my advice, but something I learned from the beginning is that the cards, you're not reading the cards, you are feeling the cards. So the big difference is when you pass from the reading to the feeling. So once you understand everything, and then it feels like, whoa, I understood this card, and it comes at that time in this position because this person is asking for this, you know?
Yeah.
So if you want to read tarot, let you go. No prejudgments. I let you go. That's just and use what you have here, not what you have here. It's mostly what I would say. Yeah. It is a journey. So it's you know, I do this in my Kundalini yoga classes, which I do. Well, I mean, I do as somebody does for us, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end, we end with a big circle, and there's different people, and I guess because I know the teacher, and which is quite fun. And she's clicking the eye like that, saying, "Okay, let's do some tarot cards at the end." So we make like a circle with it's amazing time. Mm-hmm. So I say my cards, and you see a lot of people like, "No, I have to go," and others say, "Well, maybe, but now maybe next day." And at the end, we are like 4 or 5 doing that, which is perfect. But the moment asks that, you know.
Yeah.
So these people, they don't want to do it. It's their choice, which I accept, of course. I don't think they're gonna go for this maybe once in their life. But the people who are there with me and they ask things, they see that it's in the energy when you talk, you know. What you're saying means it's more about the energy of the moment more than what this card means.
Totally.
And they understand. So, and it happens incredible things at the moment, you know, because I come from an hour and a half of yoga, and then we have this like, wow, this. So let you go with the flow, like life. Yeah. Don't think too much.
I guess this is how I will have to do it with the Aleister Crowley. Just let it go.
Yeah. That's yeah. It's complex, this one here, but it's yeah.
I'm even scared to touch.
Yeah, maybe start with the Marseille, which is more like a basis. I get 4 or 5 there. I never opened, and I got a friend which is a tarot reader, which is one of my teachers. Mm-hmm. Arnaud Malherbe, so I promote him here, which did the last year the lockdown tarot, and it's crazy. I can't show you right now because it's not here, but and he used every single card was a character of the lockdown, of the government, but here in France, which is amazing. And he's kind of funny, no? It's very fun. It's very fun. I never use it as in a reading, but I have it there, and it's quite interesting. Yeah. But go for the Aleister Crowley, tarot, and then you tell me how it's. Then you're gonna do this to me. Yeah,
maybe a couple of years.
No. You can do it right now if you want. Sure. Let yourself go, and you understand. Sure, no problem.
And now we approach the last part of the podcast. What always asking my the people who is coming to this podcast. So one of the questions is, what does your morning routine look like?
Maybe. Well, it depends, you know. It depends.
Well, I know that you take out the card.
I take out a card, yeah. Sometimes for me, for my partner, sometimes we do like challenges sometimes with other people. A lot of, because around me is a lot of people, astrologists and tarot readers, so we just connect by WhatsApp or whatever. Say, okay, what did you have today? Okay. You know, it happens. I explain you something very fun. Just as I used to do this for every day. And one day I was just mixing the cards. Okay. And one of the cards just fell, just dropped here, and I just pick it up, and it was I don't know how to say it in English, a papes, the card number 2. I show it to you. Is it the I don't know in English it's this name, papes, is the woman of the Pope.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have it. It's more, this card means observe. Take your time, observe. You have all the power. But observe, and then we'll see. And I just pick it up. I just mix it up again, and another card fell. So the same card was there, and I said, "Wow, I can't believe that. It's too much." And I was mixing, and I got a card for me, and you know, I had the same card.
It was meant to.
Yeah, but so I comment because with other people, with another person, I said, wow, it's amazing. Okay, let's see tomorrow. Okay, and the next day I went to his place, to her place, and as she opened the door, said, I in my tarot card, I've lost a card, and which is a card you lost, and say, the woman of the Pope. Okay, so these kind of things that it's kind of it's funny around the people who are, they like these kind of things, and so this is kind of my routine, and my routine, and so I start always with one, and it's like a guide, it's nothing that influences me a lot. And then it depends on the day, it depends on if I go to, because I teach in a school 2 days in a week. Otherwise, I'm just devoted to music or whatever, But it's true that this is always something important it's going to be important in the day. The cards on the planets, the aspects of the
it's
day,
always there.
Always, when it's full moon, when it's a new moon, always.
I have this thing, since I'm small, I always check when is the full moon and when is the new moon. Because, or sometimes I don't have even to check. I just feel myself how I feel, and then I think it should be or full or new because something is wrong,
Something is wrong,
because there's something is not the same.
Well, the energy of the full moon is the end of a cycle. And the energy of a new moon is the beginning of a cycle in a way. So, but I cats, for example, they feel it. Well, I mean, amazingly, it's like more excited, of course. Yeah. It depends on the moon as well. But we had the last full moon in Aries. Was really powerful. There was a big storm here, for example, windy, very windy. Oh yes,
though it was windy here as well. True.
Is the power of Aries, but this is something which is in my daily routine, I would say. Of course.
And is there any important book that has helped you improve over the years?
Well,
it doesn't have to be about tarot cards or astrology.
Okay.
It can be in general.
Oh, in general, yes, of course. Well, if I say this one here, everybody's going to tell me, well, okay, this is a self-help. But it's true. The Alchemist helped me a lot in a way.
The same.
Yeah, yes. I was younger and I could read that and I said, wow, this is life,
Yeah.
For example, what's 30 years ago or 25 years ago? Huh?
Exactly. I remember myself when I was probably, I don't know, 18. I read that book. Yeah. But it opened some kind of also the new completely view through. Yeah.
Then of the same genre, there was another one called, in Spanish, was El Caballero de la Armadura Oxidada. It's like I don't know the name in English, but it was like a story of a man in the Middle Age is a chevalier, and he lives always inside his armor and everything. And one day he wants to take it off, and he can't do that. Isn't the same. So I don't know. I think the book that influenced me, it depends on the thing you're living at the time, of course. When you're young, in your teenage time, everybody sparks like this, like a flower, and all the emotions are so excited and so big, and it depends on the moment. But again, at the same time, by my 20, 21, I didn't know much what to do with my life. So The Little Prince, for example, Principito, very nice, which I recommend right now to read it again and 10 times, for example. And then I don't know, I'm just saying like that, but astrology, well, not astrology, but in life, reading the Tao Te Ching, the Chinese Tao Te Ching, it's just basic. I mean, it's life. Life. This is a basic, reading the Tao. It's life. And also and I learned in the last 2 years when I have it in my mind, but never have it. Now I hear about it, but with astrology, I kind of had to read this one here. It's like a more reading a small. You're consulting things. You're just always trying to find things. Is the Kybalion.
Mm-hmm.
A Kybalion is the principles of Hermetic, which is a ancient Greek and Egyptian philosophy, one of life.
Mm-hmm.
So about the law of the cause and effects, about these things that you live in your life every day.
Yeah.
And this is a kind of really, really powerful book as well. Very complex, but very powerful.
Mm.
No, this is a few that I read other things, but I can't remember now.
And what are you currently most passionate about?
Oh, poof, so many things. Astrology, a lot. In the last years, maybe. Well, I've been always passionate of music.
Mm.
You know, so I did a lot of projects which you can find in the net and but just few of them you can find there. Was part of other musical projects from my teenage time as well. Music is always there. I would say that maybe the two big passions are right now are music and astrology.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I combine this with this my work in this school because it's a kind of a special school for kids out of the system, I would say, you know.
Yeah.
And I use even astrology with that.
This was actually my question I wanted to ask.
Yeah.
If you, because you said before that you're teaching at school, so if you also passing this knowledge to the kids.
Yeah, they like that. I mean, the kids are quite prepared. I mean, they mind is wide open. I know they always focus and they mobile and everything. I know it's a visual world, but they have something that we didn't have maybe when we were younger. We were kind of expecting to see more things, and we had what we had. You know.
Yeah.
Now they have much information everywhere. It's difficult to get everything, but they're quite open to receive whatever. So when you show life through this way, it's like, what is that? I don't know. Out of 20, you can find 2 that they think, wow, that's shit, you know, that's bullshit and everything. They say because they acquire. You can see the education at home as well with kids. So, you know, but mostly they like it, and I use it to know more about the student or the other, and the reactions they can have.
Good one.
Yeah, the reactions, because I know, for example, I'll give you another example. It's quite funny. I have she's a girl. She's maybe, I think, 15 or 16 or something like that. And when she enters the class and she's there sitting down, she's telling me, no, he's not there. She's not there. Shall I go for him? Shall I, it's like always serving the others. Are you Virgo? I said, you Virgo? I say, yes, how do you know that? Yeah, I know. So, these kind of things, it's silly, but yeah. And then maybe a lot of people say, is it helpful for you? Yes, because I know this person. I know what can I expect for this person. I know that she can help me a lot, for example. But instead, I have the other one, which is in his own bubble, and say, okay, it's another sign, So, or just I just come out with some of the words that reminds astrology, and they say, well, what is that? Mostly they like it and they can accept that, and it's quite funny for me as well. And I have the chance
cool
that
way. It's actually
because
way.
the director of the school as well is cool. So he likes about this, and he kind of believes as well. So I can just be myself. Yeah.
So maybe the future schools are gonna have even more advanced things.
Oh, I hope so.
Regarding these kind of topics. I mean, before I was speaking with the people about that the education should also change in more spiritual way, the more showing kids how to breathe, how to do yoga. So maybe it's also showing kids how to how to
I think when
also
they
know the
kids, they're gonna be
planets.
when these kids gonna be parents, because maybe the problem with these kids sometimes, I'm sorry because I'm a parent as well, I'm a parent, you know, so because it's the education. I understand it's the education they had, it's the generation.
Yeah.
So they don't know that the kids are more prepared to get that. But maybe when these kids are gonna be parents, maybe yes. So we can go much into emotion. I do a workshop in this school, it's an emotional workshop. So we learn about emotions through cards, through astrology, through chakras, and many things. And they understand. There's no problem. I mean, there's something, but sometimes the parents hear that you taught my kid through emotional things about cards, and they say, "What is that? This is not the school." It may happen, but these things are changing very fast, so no problem. We're gonna have that. I'm very optimistic.
Everything is evolving as well anyway.
And we didn't talk about the time, but it's quantic time. So the time it's everything. It's just one thing. I mean, there's nothing, no up, no down. It's so fast.
Yeah.
We enter in the Uranus area, the Uranus era. So, which means we have to go forward, and we have to believe in our freedom. We have to be revolutionary to change things, and mostly, and this is where this is things that we have right now, and the changes may happen right now. So there's nothing that we can project, we can just observe from far, you know, because tomorrow is different.
Exactly.
So live the present time. That's my. I know that everybody's like talking about this for a long time ago, and now is the moment, more than ever.
You know, like people been talking since forever, but maybe not everyone was listening this. And but there are so many people that maybe some people just start listening now.
Yeah, exactly.
Like live the present moment now.
Yeah. Now.
Do it now.
Now. Yeah. But accept this now, like something you have to experience. Don't leave this now to, you know, or carry on with other things. No.
Yeah.
Go with that.
Do it.
Yeah, do it. Yeah. Voila.
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 And the last thing, just tell to the people, where can they find you if they want to get your astrological portrait chart, the tarot reading, anything? How can they find you?
I think you're gonna leave then your
yes, I put
your
all
YouTube
of
there, all the things.
Yeah.
So you can find me in Facebook. I know this is an old tool, but you guys can use. I still use it. My generation tool. You know, that's what it is. And you can find me there as David Jornet. Also in Instagram, I have like a French and Spanish accounts. From there, you can contact me. I have the mails. Gmails, and
actually you can do it in English, French, and Spanish.
And Spanish, yeah. The three languages if people want, of course. And I can do it, you know, direct with the person or just online, which I've been doing this on Zoom for a few times as well. So, yeah, you can find me there. Yeah, no problem. You don't wanna.
And I will leave all of the information in the description below. So with everything, with the emails, with the accounts and so on. So everyone can find it.
Perfect.
And find out their life.
Send you the link. I'm going to send you the link about the music, which is connected to that, because I think it's interesting. It's interesting. So this cosmic project, which I connect to, because it's an image for me, you know, in a way to create things as well here. The astrology and which I'm learning with the astrology as well. So it's like an big influence in order to create ambient or cosmic music, as I call it. Yeah, why not?
Exactly, and you can use it for meditation, I guess, as well.
Exactly. This is the idea I have for my
next
thing.
Or just for the yoga classes.
Frequencies, work with sound frequencies. Yeah. This is something I have in mind. Yeah, exactly. You know a lot about yoga, so maybe you're gonna teach me something.
I'll give it a try.
You're gonna teach me something, yeah. Yeah, sure. Do you do Kundalini as well? No.
No.
We talked about this before. You told me, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm trying to do the more traditional hatha yoga and so on.
But your choice, of course.
It's still the journey. I'm trying to become the teacher now, so it's still the journey.
Oh my goodness.
halfway done, but still to go a lot.
Yeah, but you're gonna
No.
fight. You're gonna
So-
do that. Sure.
Maybe at some point we're gonna do like a workshop together. You do the
Who knows?
music, do the yoga.
Who knows? Who knows? It's
Mm.
quite. It's everything is connected. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Mm.
yeah, of course.
Mm.
I'm trying to do this as here. Yeah, yeah, of course. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All the same mind people at some point.
Yeah. At the end,
It's
we are just.
connected.
At the end, we're just one. Yeah.
Mm.
People
we
think
live
we are
now.
Yeah, now one. Yeah, and what is not before? No, after, not now and one.
Exactly. David, thank you so much for
Thank you very much for. Yeah.
for just being here, for having
you.
this amazing afternoon chat with me.
Did I talk too much? Maybe I don't know.
No, it
Sorry.
was just
I'm
perfect.
sorry if I did. Okay.
It
Okay.
was just perfect.
Okay.
Thank you so much for
Thanks for inviting me. It
being
really
my
was very
guest.
nice. It was a very nice experience, and thank you. Yeah.
Very much.
And I wish you the best in your chain in YouTube. So
yes, thank you, and the same to you. I wish you the same, to grow
thank you.
as go step by step and up and grow with your knowledge about the astrology and all of the spiritual things.
Yeah.
Because this is endless. We can
It is endless.
learn all our life and all
And
next
it just
lives.
started. Yeah, you just go. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate. Yeah.
Yes, and yes, for the people who wants to know more about all of the spiritual things, about the nutrition, as I said in the beginning, you can check my website, OneMindZone.com. You can subscribe for the newsletter. When you subscribe, you can receive the mindfulness challenge. You can also receive the stress management guide, which is for free. And if you need any advice, if you have any kind of things or issues you want to work on, like, I don't know, like it can be insecurity, can be low self-esteem, can be anything else that is disturbing you, don't hesitate, write, and we're gonna speak about everything. And yes, if you like this episode, push the thumbs up. As always, subscribe to the channel and receive the notifications as soon as the new episode is online. And for today, that's it. And see you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.